sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
I just choked down chocolate chip cookies and Grandpa's femur. Femur.
We make money now?
No, we had to pay
So
them.
this episode, it's just too slippery. I'm slicing everything.
Every time I swing my 5-iron, it goes up that guy's ass.
Welcome to the Sad Dads Club podcast. Here's your host, Jim and Foo.
We're hot.
All right.
Hot, ready to rock.
Welcome to, is this thing on?
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Sad Dads Club podcast.
The COVID-19 episode 81 edition.
I feel like Darth Vader wearing this to do this show.
I am your antibodies.
Exactly. My face is steamy
Yeah.
and hot, and
Yeah.
I don't think I can do the whole show like this. But here's your thumbnail.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get a good face.
Yeah. We did that when we went to the grocery store. We went to the grocery store. I'm like, I realized that as I was passing people, I was like,
Smiling.
yeah,
Yeah.
not
Like you
waving,
would
but I was
normally.
like,
Yeah.
you know, and I realized they
you're-
can't see my,
Yeah.
they can't see my smile.
You're like,
yeah, yeah. And we got out of the store, and I realized I was smiling at people, and they probably had no clue. You know, and then I look at Venus, I'm like, you know, because you're like that. She's like, yeah, but you can see it in the eyes.
sorta.
You know, and I went, oh, yeah, I guess you can't really, like, insincere smile and make some other face with your, like, if you were to try and, like, smile with your eyes but do something awkward with your face, it pulls your eyes into a way that makes your eyes look not smiling. They're not happy.
Am I smiling? Oh my gosh.
She's like, you can see it in the eyes. You can't really fake a smile with your eyes. Well, yeah, I guess so. But if you could, I'm making funny stuff.
Yeah, I have to take this mask off.
Yeah.
I
I know where you were all week.
you know where I've been.
Contact and trace.
Yeah, you know where I've been for weeks now.
Yeah.
I mean, other than going to the grocery store.
And you are over there. We are not making out. It's not the Four Loko episode.
Not this time, anyway. Yeah. So, you know, had an interesting... I had to go into the office. You know, I went into the office. No one's there. That's what's weird.
Yeah.
Had to go in the office. We talked about this a little bit because you asked me why did I have to go in the office, and I
Yes.
didn't answer.
Where were you?
But I have a piece of hardware that was exhibiting some problems that I was reporting a really serious issue with.
Right.
And no one could recreate it, so they wanted this piece of hardware. So one of the engineers lives in Alta Sierra. So I had to go to the office anyway because there's some other gear I needed.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically went to the office, and then he was like, oh, while you're there, can you pick me up this and this before you come drop this thing off for me? So,
Yeah.
I basically got another piece of hardware that I need for testing, and then some other stuff that I need for testing, and then met him and gave him the hardware so that he could look at it. But
Yeah.
but so I was in the office, and there is nobody there. It's so weird. It's weird because it was a work day.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's like some weird split shift stuff going on in manufacturing, so they can get some stuff out the door. But in the engineering building, there's like 3 cars there. That's it.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Literally, the whole parking lot's usually full. I mean,
Right.
mostly
On a work day.
on a work day.
Absolutely.
There's like 3 cars in the whole parking lot, and it was eerie. It felt like a weekend. Like I came in on Sunday because hardly ever anybody's ever there on a Sunday. That's what it feels like.
What were the roads like on the way up?
Pretty mellow.
Yeah.
Really?
But
Not empty.
not empty. Yeah.
No, that's what's surprising to me. And even just around town, how much traffic there is kind of astounding. How much traffic there still is. I mean, our house, I've talked about it on the show, backs up to a major 6-lane road. It's three lanes going each way.
Yeah.
And the amount of traffic that still runs up and down that road is kind of amazing.
Yeah. We were talking, too, with Mike and Angie, who were here dropping off stuff, donuts, social distance donuts, porch drop-off.
Yeah.
How it seems like there are more idiots on the road when there should be less population driving.
Uh-huh.
And I think I was making a joke, but there's almost like a little bit of reality to it, and that is, I think when there are more people on the road, that helps corral the idiots.
Yeah.
And with less people on the road, the idiots are like free to make bigger mistakes.
Totally.
So they are not only hitting the center divides or hitting other people, but they're just, and then you've got your, stretching the limits people who are like, wow, there's less people on the road.
Well, as kind of we haven't done a lot of this, but we did a Taco Bell run tonight because we knew it was like podcast night. So it's like, let's just do a quick dinner.
Yeah.
And honestly, I need to go shopping because we've kind of depleted all the stuff that we've been purchased. So we didn't have a lot in the house. It's like, well, I don't know. We don't have a lot of time tonight. I could go shopping right after I get off work.
Right.
But God damn it, I really need to take a shower. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's like we go to Taco Bell, and there's a 4-way stop in that parking lot.
Yes.
And I pull up, and I'm literally coming to a creep, and a lady just blows right through the stop sign. And I'm like, honk, like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
It's like, I'm trying to escape the virus.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like, what are you doing, man? Pay fucking attention.
We, had our little Hunger Games here, and we sent out our tribute to Costco, which was Venus. They were, she said, line mitigating, or not, starts with an M. I'm just going to say rationing.
Okay.
They were rationing people going in the store, so they were monitoring how many people were in the store at any one given time.
Right,
so
right.
a lot of the line that was outside of Costco when they opened was due to not necessarily that they couldn't take everyone in, but they were making sure that only a certain amount of people were in the store as they rotated out.
Right.
She got toilet paper, paper towels. They had all of the paper stuff that we needed.
Yeah.
So if you still are short probably that kind of stuff, I would consider, I think she said they open at 10.
Yeah.
That would be your shot.
Well, we got lucky. Over the weekend, we scored big.
Did you?
Went to Walmart, and I see people walking around with toilet paper in their cart.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
right.
I go, so I buzz in the back, and they had two guys literally like stocking the shelf at that time. It was probably like...
It was like one of those Black Friday scenes.
Kinda, but with toilet paper. It's so weird. And we were kind of starting to we're digging into the stuff, and I'm like, if we see some,
start putting it at the top of the list.
Yeah,
of things to
because
be looking
you
for.
don't know if it's there. I'm just going to get it.
Right.
Because if we're getting low, then I'm just going to get it.
Right.
Well, there is a 30-pack of Charmin Mega Rolls.
Yeah.
And I go, bink. Okay, I think it was $27 for the 30-pack.
I'm good.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, now I don't have to stress about whether or not we don't have any toilet paper. But I have a hero that I want to talk about.
Okay.
A hero of the coronavirus
Stay-at-home
shelter
in
place, which is we got lucky and got ourselves a Nintendo Switch, which those are as rare as toilet paper.
Yes.
And man, that is a great little system. I don't know why we didn't buy one before. I have no idea.
The one that we have, Xander plays on.
Yeah.
But we all had, at one point in time, we all had DSs.
Yeah.
But you only have
DSs
one.
too. Yeah.
One Switch.
No. So we got lucky and got that one, and Chandler decides that he wants a Switch, and he was like, I'll just get the Lite. So he bought a Lite, but he really decided he wanted a regular Switch. So then he found somewhere here in Roseville that had them, I think at Target or something.
Oh.
And he went and bought one. So now we have a Lite and two Switches at the house. I think the Lite's going back.
Oh, okay.
Unless maybe my wife might buy it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's like, sure. Like everyone at the house is happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my daughter's excited to play Animal Crossing. My wife's excited to play Animal Crossing. I'm kind of excited to play Animal Crossing, just something different.
Yeah, and that game specifically is huge everywhere.
Yes.
Not just with younger age. Like, it's got, when it came out, I think it's a week old.
Is that all?
A week and... It might only be 2 weeks old at this point.
The Animal Crossing game just came out?
Yes, it's
Oh.
brand new.
Oh, I didn't
New
realize
Horizons?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
I think we were
idea.
on our first week, and it came out of stay at home, and it came out the next Friday. And people were just like, thank God.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I
'Cause
totally get it now.
It spans age demographics like no other.
The college kids love it.
Yeah,
I know, like, a
it's-
bunch of my daughter's friends are playing, and she's, like, flying to their islands, and, you know, because you make an island, and it's like...
yeah, you can...
it's kind of incredible, and it's a very well-thought-out game.
Yeah,
Very impressive.
they're in depth.
Yeah.
I think we were mentioning before.
Yeah.
Like, we played the DS. Venus and I played the DS version.
Yeah.
And we played that. We had the Kerrs who live across town. They played it too. And it was just like, we're full-grown adults playing these little, you know, build your own, like, you know, it's cartoon Sims.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't realize, I mean, if you're a person that can't stand the Sims and you love this game, guess you're playing the Sims.
Yeah.
You're playing Looney Tunes Sims.
Yeah.
And, like, with all of the back end, like, super massive equations about growth and mining and it's all there. You're playing Sims.
Now, let's talk about this a bit. It's interesting because a product like the Switch, you don't have to buy discs or a game.
Right.
You can buy everything on the Nintendo Store.
Yep.
Now, and what's interesting to me is that the Nintendo Store prices are exactly the same that you would go to GameStop and pay for the same game. They don't cut you a break because you're not getting the physical thing.
Okay.
You're just buying the download, and I guess because they manage the fact that I don't know. There's like a deal they've made with the publishers or something.
Yeah.
What I think it is? They're trying to protect all of the like the GameStops and the retailers.
Yeah.
Because they promote the hardware.
Right.
So anyway, the way that they deal with that is if you buy it from the store, it's tied to that user account. So if you can buy it and play it on that Switch, just like anybody, like if you bought a piece of media, like a disc,
Okay.
and then played it in a PlayStation, right?
Right.
That disc can only be played in one device at a time,
Okay.
right?
Right.
It's no different. They treat it exactly the same on a digital download. It's exactly the same thing. So if you have 3 Switches at your house, they all have to have a purchase of the game.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's the weird part about Animal Crossing is the first person that plays Animal Crossing on that device
Okay.
makes their island,
Right.
and the next person that plays doesn't get a chance to make their own island. You're just put onto the island of the person that made it prior.
Oh.
So now you have to cohabitate with. You don't even get an option to make your own
So
island.
it's licensed to the hardware, and then all subsequent players are essentially built off of the first player.
Exactly. And you cannot, if you say your Switch breaks and you send it back and they have to replace it,
Okay.
you lose all of your stuff because there's no way, and I've done a bunch of research on it, there's no way to transfer your island to a new unit. You cannot do it.
Oh, wow.
So you start over. Now, maybe that will change in a future software update because we've already seen a software
Yeah,
update.
because what if your Switch legitimately breaks?
Yeah.
Wow.
You just lose it.
That would suck balls.
Yeah.
I would not like
Because
that.
people are putting hardcore time and energy into this stuff.
Yeah.
And it takes, I mean, the way the game is laid out is it's based on your current day and time.
Yeah.
It's tied, like when the sun's going down outside, the sun's going down in the game. When the sun comes up in the game and outside, the sun's coming up in the game.
Yeah.
So things happen in a
Based off time.
Based off time. So if you start a thing that can't be finished today, they'll tell you, oh, it'll be ready tomorrow. And literally, when you open up the game tomorrow, then the house that you started building is now done tomorrow. So it's
Yeah.
tied to
Yeah.
real time.
Real time.
So can you imagine being 2 months into a game of real time
Stuff.
like throttling?
With no recovery
Yeah,
because your hardware broke.
Yeah. So you have a real time throttling of the game because of a day-to-day play.
I don't know about that one.
Oh, dude.
So in your stuff, have you found that it's something that they're aware of and looking at?
I don't know if it's a situation where they are working on. There's no official word that I'm aware of other than it just can't be transferred. The official word is it can't be transferred.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, really? Like all of your game data, that's not licensed stuff. That's like your property that you have made from the game.
Yeah.
So
why would you not have saved game to the cloud? That's your oh man.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I tried to pimp that because I saw when it was. This was probably last week Friday. The bulk of the content creators that I follow, like Twitch and Mixer and whatnot, they're all adding it to like their, play catalog because just to mix things up as people are, they're watching them. So they're pulling in more viewers. So they're playing other stuff besides Destiny or Fortnite or the new Warzone stuff from Call of Duty and whatnot. And a lot of them are just, it's like Minecraft. It's like,
it's totally
that
open-ended.
game just doesn't seem like it would be. And all of a sudden you're like me and, you're like, well, I'll get in there and see what it's about. And I'm in there for fucking 10 hours, like, digging out the world's largest fucking cave because I just can't stop.
Exactly.
It's that game is just like that.
Yeah.
And so we were in bed the other day and I was making a joke to Venus. I'm like, do you want me to buy you a Switch and you could play Animal Crossing? She's like, no. And I went, I remember she had her DS thing had like a printed out, her and Ariana, her girlfriend at the time, had like printed out like lists in their DS case.
So when you
with
opened
like,
it up.
it was like where to find the fish, a fish that and like little she had made like little spreadsheet check boxes of the fish that she still needed, the butterflies or whatever that she had to catch. It was amazing, and I love you, dear. But she was just like, no, I can't get into that because if you start it, you're in the shit.
That's the fear, right?
Yeah.
Well, and the thing of it is too is if you are. So Melanie and I are both on the same Switch. Shanna is playing on the Switch that's going to go back.
Yeah.
So she's going to lose all of her stuff because that Switch is going to go back unless she buys it, right?
Right.
And so the thing of it is like if I don't play, like Melanie, she has time.
Right.
She's not going anywhere.
Right.
So she has time. So it's like she... I when I get up in the morning, I look over and the Switch is gone, and I realize, oh, she's been playing all night.
Yeah.
And then she'll come out in the morning, and I'm like, oh, I see you took the Switch.
Yeah. Listen, Daddy's got to turn in his turnips. Okay, you need to hand this fucking Switch back.
So part of it is we're on the same island. So the stuff, if she's playing, stuff is progressing or resources are being used.
Right.
And by the time I get to it, those resources are gone.
You're like, hey, you're fucking strip mining my forest.
Basically.
And I need wood.
Yeah. I need a fucking iron or something, like, and I can't get to it because she's already depleted it for the day. And I keep telling her, you leave me a fucking rock. Would you just leave me a fucking rock? I just need one iron. Can you?
You help Dad out.
And here's what's funny too is
or I'll cut off your electricity.
I don't want to get too far in, but the way the islands work is there's it's one island, but it's got rivers that are on it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be able to have a pole vaulting stick to get over the rivers to the other pieces. So my wife she doesn't have a pole vaulting stick. She hasn't figured out how to get one yet.
Okay.
So you can go and play on other people. So I flew to her island last night, and I was running around. Of course, I have the pole vaulting stick. So I pole vaulted to where she can't go, and I just pummeled all the resources I could get off of her island.
You won't be here for days anyway.
And I'm like, oh, I can't do that? Shit, we got to be best friends. Can you just best friend me real quick? so that I can go
Because
pummel.
Melly took all my island shit,
I'm gonna
so
come-
I need yours.
Yeah, and you can't get there anyway. It's
Yeah.
just going to waste.
Yeah, it'll grow back.
Yeah.
You could give me your stick. Fuck no, this is my stick.
Yeah. Well, you got one. You can get another. I don't know if I can get another.
No. Melly might use them all.
So that's kind of what's been going down at our house. But it has been the Switch has kind of been the savior of the coronavirus debacle.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, I'm pretty happy with. I'm glad we got one.
My savior?
Uh-oh.
We splurged for an extra green waste can.
Oh. Well, that is.
I've got 2 green waste
What's
cans.
that? $15 a month or
There's
something?
9 and change.
Okay.
And you have to keep it for at least 2 months.
Oh.
So you
Interesting.
don't pay $9 and then
Go. No, come get it.
yeah.
I just needed it for a month.
Yeah, just needed it one couple
Well,
runs.
that'll be worth it.
It is for me because I'll get a use out of it at least through the summer.
Yeah.
You know, there's enough green waste back here as I pull weeds and get through stuff.
I feel like the big part of where I need a green waste can is when the leaves are falling in the fall. And, like, I fill up my can with leaves.
Yeah. Well, I could see.
You know.
Well, I have the 2 huge oak trees. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to get that. And for $9, the alternating weeks that I may not use 2, I'm okay with that. For $9, for me, it's like.
That is not that big of a deal.
So I've got 1 week to fill another green waste can, but I can fill it in a day. So I feel like I've got stuff this weekend that I can.
Yeah.
So, yard work, and that's my savior, $9 green waste can.
Well, I mean, no, that's awesome.
Did you try?
I have to find time just to get out and mow my yard.
Yeah. Did you? Well, it rained.
Yeah, that was the other problem.
You
It was like Friday, woohoo, the weekend. I got stuff I need to do out front, and then it fucking dumped rain all
home
weekend.
isolation. I can't wait to get out, and then it rained.
Yeah,
and it rained hard.
Oh, it rained
We
real
got
hard.
2 3/4 inches. Yeah, it did. You
So,
like that?
did I tell you this? I think we might have mentioned it, but so we get up and it's raining pretty good, and my wife always, whenever it's raining like that, she's running around looking out all the windows, and of course, what happens because I can't have clean gutters for more than a fucking day. The gutters are all clogging, and they're starting to fucking rain.
Oh, yeah.
They're starting to rain
yeah,
over, and I'm just like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a shower. And this was on Sunday. I took a shower, and then I got out of the shower, and my wife's like having her thing, and as far as like telling me, that's doing this, and the backyard's starting to flood, and I'm just like starting to feel
took a fucking shower.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, fine. Throw on my sweatpants because I'm looking good.
Yeah.
And throw on like I have a Carhartt like water resistant sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Throw that on. I'll be good with this on. It'll keep the rain off me. Well, I'm out there half an hour in the pouring rain. It is dumping fiercely. I've got my ladder out. I'm climbing the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm up, 13 feet in the air, scooping leaves out of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the downspouts clogs up, and then nothing will drain out of the thing. So now I have to get at the bottom and run the hose up the bottom to try and get it to like come out and finally get that unclogged. And then the side of the house where most of the water drains is starting to back up, and I'm like, what's going on over there? So I've got literally like a standing river of water that's not going anywhere. So I go down the side of the house, and there's just tons of leaves. So I'm moving all the leaves and clearing the rocks out so they can get under the fence and get out of the backyard.
Yeah.
And then the other gutter on the other side of the house was clogged, so I was up there, and that one's even taller. And I was completely drenched.
Yes. It was a lot of water. And ours is the same way. I'm like, fuck, it's really coming down.
Yeah. And for a while.
And I know immediately when it's too much, when things get clogged, because there's a window right in front of the office, and it just makes a sound that I immediately know.
Oh shit!
It's like coming. It's sheeting down the window, and that means right there at the corner, it's plugged, so it's coming over. And I went, "Fuck."
Did you have to get out there? And
Oh
do
yeah,
that?
I had the same thing. So at that point though, my perspective is just the front, so I can see. I'm like, oh fuck! Open up the garage. Oh yeah, everyone's got problems.
Yeah.
So I rain jacket. I'm jeans, but I don't have your lucky telecommuter slacks.
Telecommuter slack. Oh, shit.
So I'm out here. Luckily enough for me, this one, if it's clogged, there's enough water in there. I haven't had the downspout plug, but as soon as I just move my hand around, usually it's enough to just create the suction and pull it through.
Yeah.
So, I come in. It was a lot of water. There's no doubt about it. It was like jumping in a shower for 10 seconds and then coming back. And I'm like,
it sure was.
So then I go to look at the back, and I can see, because I have a French drain system that dumps into a underground cistern that pumps it from the back to the front, that runs all along that fence line. So I have multiple downspouts that drain into this drain into the cistern. And when I see alongside the bedroom window start to fill up with water, that means
it's not
the pump isn't pumping
keeping
out.
up or
yeah,
pumping
like
it
fuck,
off.
that's a lot of water. And then I look over at this cistern, and it's full. And I went, fuck, the pump's not fucking pumping.
Oh god.
The little buoy, it functions like the toilet bowl.
Right.
Like the buoy was trapped under a tube, so it wasn't triggering and pumping out. I'm like, oh fuck.
Jeez.
That's a project on its own, because even the tube that pumps out and snorkels into the drain that comes out the front here.
Yeah.
It's semi dry rotted, so I've patched it a number of times with duct tape. So it when it kicks in, and it kicks in big, it's like So when I find time, I'm sure that project is on my list, because it just needs to be a pipe system.
What do you mean? You got all the time in the world right now.
Right. I just,
You have all the time.
between and the fuck.
Well, the real thing is you don't need any new projects to pop up.
Yeah,
Right? How about we just tackle all the shit that we've been wanting to do?
all the good ones. But if it keeps raining like that, we'll have a problem. But so I'm reaching in there, and because it's ground level
it's
and
down.
under, so I'm on my knees, and the jacket's doing me no fucking good because now it's sliding up my back, because it looks like I've been slip and sliding for an hour and a half. I'm a hot, wet mess.
Yep.
Digging in a pool for all intents and purposes, and the pump's kicking on, and finally it's dumping stuff out, and I look up the front, and it looks like a fucking, Old Faithful coming out here by the fucking fire hydrant, because the pump's well, I'm happy to be working now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the problem was.
I was here the whole time.
I've been doing,
Oh, you wanted me to do
the
something?
buoy. Well, maybe you shouldn't have zip tied it, fucker. I'm like, ah. So, it kicks on for a good 20 minutes, and it was pumping. And it's always interesting to see when it gets down to the bottom of the cistern to see all the downspouts that dump into this thing. It's like just short of a fire hose, maybe on 50%. I mean, there was a lot of water in that storm.
Yeah.
All in that couple of
Yep.
downpours that we got, it was getting with it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of water.
My wife had shown me pictures of a couple of friends that live here in town, and where the backyard would flood and come into their house.
Oh boy.
So they had, and that was one of the things I was worried about. I was like, I really don't want this coming up into the house. And we got a pretty decent, but when I start to see it puddling up on our patio, oh, that's when I know I need to go out back.
Yeah, and we've got an elevation snafu. Our backyard tilts into the house, and it was
so it wants to run towards the house.
Yeah, it wants to run towards the house. The low point of the backyard is actually the back door. Now, because the addition, we come up plenty high, but it will, without the pump and drain system, it'll flood.
Yeah,
because the house is in the way of the natural grade of the property. So there's no way around me needing to create a pump and drain system from the backyard to the front.
Yeah.
I believe it. It gets nasty quick with how our property is graded.
Well, I have our the back downspouts that come off the gutters go into a drain,
Mm-hmm.
and then they should drain out to the front. But I have a feeling over the years that those drains have gotten fairly well clogged with fucking leaves and dirt. So
Yeah.
I don't know the best way to do that. Maybe with like a hose with a
You get like
water jet on it or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you could fill it, and so just create a waterfall, and I have one, but I'm sure Mike knows what I'm talking about. It's almost like what he would use as like a wire snake, like 100 feet. Probably something on the end of one of those, and you just put it down in there, and like having a water source along
That's
with you
running
just moving stuff. Hey, baby, that'll make great. Moving stuff, the debris, and it's not going to pull off the silt and probably stuff. But if you've got leaves and maybe some sticks that have started creating a debris dam, it'd probably move that.
Yeah.
And 100 feet of a cable snake would probably get you you'd be good.
Yeah, I probably need to do something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been out there for a long time. It's 20
And
years
it was enough rain too. A segment of our fence that's on my list
to
fix like pushed out. It was like so much water that it like water flexed some of the runners and like
weight.
I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, we got a little bit of that too. But that was that was pretty exciting. That amount of rain. And it was hailing. I'm out there and it's pelting me. I'm like, oh, this is fun.
Oh, I missed the hail.
Oh, I got hailed on.
Oh.
Yeah. At one point it was hailing so bad I like put myself up against the wall.
Like, fuck.
Like, please don't.
Yeah, not now.
Pelt me in the eye.
What's next? Locusts? Fuck. Come on now.
Yeah.
Viruses?
Yeah, exactly.
Hail?
Yeah. What the hell?
God damn.
Yeah. But anyway. So that was a long way around talking about a Nintendo Switch.
And I asked Xander because, I knew it's pretty, like I said, age demographic agnostic. Like there's tons. I asked him if he like, is that something you're interested in? Because fucking I knew in a heartbeat I was almost like my gateway.
Yeah.
If he had said yes, and he's like, not his bag.
Well, it's kind of a little bit of a. I don't want to be. I'm trying to not to be gender whatever, but it's a little bit more of a female game, a little bit. But I know plenty of people that aren't.
It seems more soft.
Yeah, it's a softer.
Soft.
There you go.
Soft.
Yeah.
But
I've enjoyed it.
I enjoyed
Just to
the
do
shit
something different.
out of the DS one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's like Mike and hashtag hi Mike. Like all of the and Dragon plays, the Zelda game where they're like collect all the things.
Yeah.
And then you've got your grades of difficulty. It's like, some of that is just you're just doing it to like a completionist.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is with the Lego games. It's like the game is fun and stuff, but then all of a sudden you find yourself you beat it. You beat the story mode, but why are you still doing it? Well, I didn't unlock all the red bricks.
Right.
And then there's achievements for doing like the full score. And
you got to get all the kit pieces.
Yes.
Yeah.
You play those, and whether or not part of your enjoyment is almost like the completionist. And if you're not a completionist, the Lego games are fun on their own. But there's like an extra like. Yes, OCD. Like, I did, but there's all these things.
That's funny that you're talking about that.
The Lego games nail those. Animal Crossing is the same way.
Yeah, the Lego games. Melly and I have been playing hardcore the Pirates of the Caribbean version on the PS3, and I'm like 58% complete, and it's like I'm going through like. The levels, like, okay, we need to find all of these things. And then if we end up coming out of the level, it's like, how did we miss the one? We're missing one? We got to play the whole damn thing again? And we missed it?
God damn it.
Where is it?
Yeah.
So that's when I start looking up, like, videos, like walkthroughs, like, where did I miss this
Which one don't
piece?
I have?
Yeah. Which one didn't I get?
Like, that's one. Xbox had a game that was like Animal Crossing, and I played the shit out of that too with Ariana, our friend over there across town. What was it called? Viva Pinata.
Never heard of it.
I don't think it was Xbox One. I think it was Xbox 360. Same general premise. There were little animals, creatures, and whatnot, and you had your own town place, and you bred animals together, and they were all cute and fuzzy,
Okay.
and you had to mine stuff, and Viva Pinata. That was another one of those, like, I have to catch them all. Gotta get checkbox.
Okay, so Chandler has played it, so he knew about it already. But on the Nintendo store,
Okay.
they have a thing called Jackbox, and it's
Okay.
basically like. Do you remember the game You Don't Know Jack?
Yes,
Okay,
loved it.
It's made by the same people.
Is it the same?
It's the same publisher.
Okay.
But it's basically little software pieces that you can purchase that are all part of this game.
Okay.
And it's basically party games, and it's really clever how they do it. You load up the game,
Okay.
and then on your phone, in your browser, you just load up jackbox.tv,
Okay.
and then you put in your name, and then it tells you when you start the game, it gives you a 4-digit code, and you punch that into your phone, and then the phone is now connected to the game.
Oh
So
my God! How have we not done this?
you can do 8 people can play at the same time.
Do they all have to have Switches or
No,
Nintendo accounts?
No, everybody just plays on their phone off of
Oh
the
my
one
God!
Switch.
How have we not done this,
Dude, it's fucking and it's hilarious. One of the games is like, it's really hard, but I want to see other people play it other than us.
Okay.
It's a stand-up comedy game. So
Okay.
you literally, it runs you through like, here's a bunch of words. We want you to put all these words in. It's all kind of Mad Lib-ish.
Okay.
Plural noun, a name of somebody, and you put all this stuff in. You're trying to type it in because it's a counter, right?
Okay.
And you're trying to do as many as you can.
Yeah.
And then it wants you to, generate jokes. So then what happens is it ends up like taking everybody's jokes and pitting them up against each other and like seeing whose joke's funnier.
So it uses
And you
your
vote.
Mad Lib fill-ins to create jokes, or you have to write them?
Part of it is the Mad Lib fill-in. The other part of it is writing the joke.
Okay.
So you actually have to come. So you're using the Mad Lib for the first part of the joke, and then you're writing the punchline out.
Okay.
So it gives you time to like write the punchline out.
So it's almost, is it a little bit proctored, kind of like if you were to fill in like a black card in Cards Against Humanity?
Kinda.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of help there.
Yeah.
And then you add in.
And if you get really stumped, you can say, "Just do it for me," and it'll put some shit in there for
okay.
you.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of relevant and clever.
How long have you had this?
We just got it on the Switch. We just got it over the weekend.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking brilliant.
I loved that
and
game.
The phone is like the browser on the phone is like tied, and it's like you're typing stuff in to the phone, and it's communicating with.
It's only 8 people.
Up to 8 people, yeah.
We could get 8.
Oh yeah,
easy.
Yeah. It's fucking brilliant. And so there's that game, and then there's one that's like a You Don't Know Jack style, like evil, like questionnaire game, and you get like a little creature, and then he's like, "Now it's time to die," kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like you have to answer questions, and if whoever gets them wrong, he puts you in this room, and then you have to do something, and if you don't get it right, you die, and then your character dies, but you're still alive.
No, Jack, was that Xbox or PC? Because I didn't have a Sony.
We used to have a ton of different versions of it for the Mac, so probably on the PC side.
Because I remember the final round, and like it would have like words.
You would, yeah,
and
you would
everyone
punch.
had to like.
Yeah,
like,
you had a button on the...
Oh, no.
Yeah, it'll be all... Wah!
Yeah.
And it'll blow up or whatever.
Yeah.
Those games were super clever.
If Grant, when you get here, #hi Grant knows exact... Because him, Venus, and I, and John, we would... It would be like Friday night, and we would play that, and we would fucking laugh our asses.
Oh, yeah.
Because whoever the voice guy was... He, some of his the squirrel voices that he would do, like, fucking, oh my God!
Yeah.
We would be rolling.
The production value on those games is really... If you've not ever heard of You Don't Know Jack, you should... They still have them. You can get them.
Do they?
Yeah, you can... I just looked at a pack of You Don't Know Jack and like 4 or 5 other games that was like $14.
On the
I may have
Switch?
bought it. Yeah, I think I bought it. last night.
Because part of that was his
demeanor.
His voice acting stuff was
Yeah.
just absolutely on point.
And they changed.
I would laugh
so
much.
There was an early guy, and he was really good, and
Yeah.
then they changed to another guy, and he was almost as good as the first guy. But man, really well done.
Yeah.
And the graphics were super crisp and clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like one of those things. I think that's probably why we, it's a lot like Cards Against Humanity. It's like once
Yeah.
you get through the
Learning curve.
yeah, and then obviously the jokes and the programming is finite. So
Yeah.
it's like if you're not buying the add-on stuff that was in there,
Yeah.
it's like you can only hear him make jokes about squirrel shit like so
Right.
many times.
Exactly.
And like it's so funny. Yeah, I get it. And so when it comes up, you're like, yeah, I know what's coming. That voice is coming for you almost like Cards Against Humanity. It's like you need another way to make the existing shit funny.
Yeah.
And that's usually booze.
That's true. Yeah.
So if there's a new one, so you've tried it, and it's Chandler has or
Well, the Jackbox.
Jackbox.
The Jackbox stuff we did. Now, the You Don't Know Jack, I think I bought it last night because I was laying in bed looking at all the stuff in the store, and they have like a deals area.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's not a bad. They got some games, like one game's like a penny, So sometimes you can get really good deals on stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like going through this big list of stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, they have this You Don't Know Jack and a bunch of. It's like for like $12.99 or some shit. I'm like, why not?
Jackbox.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, that's clever shit. The way they interact with the phone, and like it puts graphics up on the phone, and just does it in the browser on your phone. It's super impressive. Really well done.
Did everyone in the house play it?
Oh yeah, we all
Just
played it. Yeah.
So it runs through the Switch, and everyone's essentially playing on their phones.
Yeah. Now it's happening. The display
On the
is happening
Switch as well? Or-
yeah, there's a thing
Okay.
happening on the Switch, and and then he says, like they can direct specific questions at certain players.
Oh, okay.
So like you're interacting with something totally different than whatever somebody else is
Okay.
interacting
I
with.
gotcha.
So everything's totally catered for your login.
Okay.
It's really cool. And there's not a login. You just put in your name and you put the code of the game that pops up on the main
Yeah.
Switch screen.
Yeah.
And you're in. And it's clever.
Oh,
man.
my God.
And it's like instantaneous, like how it works. It's like when you log in, it goes bink and shows it right up on the screen, like, oh, I'm logged in. Okay.
Could you imagine if they did something like that for Mario Kart, where we could all play Mario Kart in a browser off someone's Switch and not be in someone's house
Yeah.
and be all hammered?
Yeah.
That would be stupid fun.
Yeah,
I
that's
wonder if
crazy.
Anyway, that's my idea, Nintendo.
Yeah, get cracking on that shit.
You can send royalties to Lord Food.
They can sell a like a Nintendo phone.
Yeah,
That's
something.
a smartphone, but then also gaming.
Did you see since we're on games, did you see the PS5 controller release?
No,
It looks just like an Xbox controller.
come on.
People
Sony.
are like,
hey, I remember.
great, you spent 5 years making a fucking Xbox controller.
That's not. That's terrible.
People are like, and it's white, like the Xbox controller.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, yeah.
Well, that's not that good.
Did you, for the weekend, facilitate any local restaurants or anything like that you would have because I have one. Any restaurants outside Taco Bell?
We did do. I don't remember when it was now, but we did a Chili's night.
Yeah.
And I was super impressed.
Yeah?
Chili's just fucking nailed it. Margaritas even. I mean, they got they have a.
So it was a pickup? You
Yeah.
picked it up?
You order it, go pick it up. It's like you pull up in a slot. They're like, what's
Because
your
I'm going to
name?
drill you on the booze part because it's going to be important for where I'm going to go.
Oh,
so
okay.
you got margaritas.
Yeah.
Was it a single person margaritas, or you got a pitcher of
No,
margaritas?
it was a single person.
Okay.
So we ordered I think we ordered 5
Okay.
margaritas. And then they tell you when you pick it up, oh, we got to put it in your trunk.
Oh, okay.
So you can't be open. Because they're
Yeah.
literally in to-go cups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With lids on them, and then they put tape on them, and then they put them in the holder, and then put them in your trunk.
Fuck you, bug.
So it's like, yeah, that's fine. Put
But it
'em in
was
my trunk.
good. So how were the
Yeah.
margaritas?
Strong.
Really?
Absolutely. I was impressed. Chili's nailed it, man. I mean,
So we did.
it was impressive.
We did Lazy Dog.
Okay.
So it was their $25 feed a family thing. That they've got a couple plans, and there's the one that we did was the fettuccine Alfredo and a Caesar salad.
Okay.
If you've ever not been to Lazy Dog, I'm like looking over there. Not been to Lazy Dog.
You folks over there.
Really good portions.
Yeah.
You won't not go hungry kind of
Right.
thing with their stuff. The portions were huge.
Uh-huh.
We have multiple meals, not just one dinner, out of the $25, and we got the noodles and Caesar salad. The Caesar salad, amazing.
Yeah.
Fettuccine Alfredo, amazing.
Yeah.
Venus got their sangria.
Okay.
Now, if you've had their drinks, they're premium drinks, they're premium priced.
Mm-hmm.
They're also in the restaurant bigger than what she got. She
Oh.
paid $10
Yeah.
for their sangria,
All right.
going off of what
Based on what she would have
she
got in
have
the
gotten
store, in the restaurant.
in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And it was like it held 7 ounces. It was 7 ounces of their sangria, and it was
Okay.
okay, but it was like $10
Oh, geez.
for 7 ounces, and it's it's sangria, so it's like a wine base. So you're not really, it's
Yeah.
not a margarita where you could be like, I know what you're feeling. So here's
One,
here's
two,
your tequila
3.
shot right here, bitch. I love you.
Yeah.
And Mike and Angie were talking about the Tiki Room.
Yep.
They did. They've done pickup from there a couple times, and their drinks are also like, we know the problem that you're going through. This drink has rum in it and
Some more rum.
and coconut. That's right. Yeah. All right.
Just send the bottle.
and in a decent sized portion.
Right.
The food was amazing. The price point for the food was amazing. Our family will get more than one meal out of it. We have nothing but good stuff to say about that. I'm a little, not
Disappointed.
little. I'm pretty disappointed in the, here's our cocktail,
Yeah.
and getting 7 ounces of a thing for
Yeah.
$10. Now, I fully understand that some of these places, when you go to a restaurant, you're paying way more than you would in order to make it on your own. I get that.
Right.
Drinks, they're fancy. Bartender salaries, tips, and whatnot. I get that. I totally get that. I've been in the food service myself. I understand the struggles of underpaid service people. But this was like, especially when I'm hearing from others about other places, they're like, you want cocktails? Man, I'm here in the shit with you, in
Yeah.
self-isolation with you. I understand you're ordering a cocktail because shit's getting real.
Right.
The kids, your job, your work, this, that, everything's going south. Here's a real cocktail.
Yeah.
Here's $10 for it. Go ahead. You're going to get hammered on this one and forget all your problems. This was not that. And so I was like, this one stings.
Well, Chili's does they do a $5 monthly margarita, and so we were like, yeah, give us 5 of those, and I didn't want any, so those 5 went to the other people in the house.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, they were both. Everyone was talking about how strong. Oh, geez.
Well, you put some heat on this
Is
one.
there any,
Triple second
margarita?
here?
Actual
Sweet and
margarita?
sour?
So it was kind of amazing. But the other one that we did is, now that I'm thinking about it, we did Chipotle.
Yeah.
We had a Chipotle delivery.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really impressed at, it was fairly easy to order.
Mm-hmm.
The food came really fast. I mean, I ordered at like 7:05, and it
So
was
did-
there by 7.
Did they
30.
have a third-party service, or were they?
I think it was a DoorDash.
Okay.
What I wasn't happy about when they fuck up the order.
Oh.
It's like, I would rather have someone be checking, like when you're in a Chipotle, you're telling them, I want you to put that on there, and I want you to put. You can see exactly what's happening.
Right.
When you're ordering on their website and you're listing the shit that you want on it,
it's a list. It's fucking check boxes.
Yeah, that should be no different. But when your stuff comes, and number one, one of the items was supposed to be a burrito, and it came as a bowl.
Oh.
That's fucked up. Like, check this shit, right?
Or at least include something that says we're short on tortillas, maybe, so that way you would know.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to say anything, then I'm going to assume you fucked up.
Or when 2 of the 3 people that ordered bowls added extra
something
salsa, and you didn't get any salsa whatsoever. I mean, that kind of shit. I wrote a thing. I went to their website and I complained. And they were like, "Oh, we're so sorry that you had that." And they gave me 3 free entrees. I'm like, "Hey, I can't complain about that."
No.
And a bunch of extra
So they made
points.
it right.
They made it right, but that was real frustrating. I was like, basically, my point is, the food came really fast, and that was pretty impressive. But I'd rather have it come 5 minutes later and have it be right.
Right.
That's my,
I think there's something too. It's like, when you've got a little bit more time without a customer, like chicken hawking you and side-eyeing you about whether or not your spoon scooped the sour cream when he went to get you guac or some bullshit about your portioning. I get that we're all in a shitty situation right now, but if you don't have to worry about someone being aggressive at the sneeze guard and staring at you while you do your work, I feel like there's less of a reason for you to rush it.
Yeah.
Like,
unless
just get it right.
Inundated with orders, but I can't imagine that for how fast the food came.
Right. Well, and that should be, if you don't have to worry about customers.
Well, you have a national advertising thing on TV that's like, "Hey, we're doing free delivery right now. Order from Chipotle." You know what I mean?
Are they?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, "Oh, it's delivery's free. Shit, why not? Let's just get some Chipotle." And it's like when. Everybody's, one of the
everyone
4,
got a botched order.
Yeah, 1 out of 4 got everything that they wanted, and the other 3 people got hosed because they didn't get everything they needed or they didn't get what they ordered. That's kind of messed up. But they did make it right. I mean, I'm not complaining. We'll definitely go back. But you're talking about delivering food to people for free, and that people want to do that, but make sure your shit's right.
It's like, and the thing with Lazy Dog, it's like I won't hesitate again to get another one of their 25, and we'll just trade dishes and get something else. Like it's a lot of food. I am thankful about. I feel like I didn't get shorted in any way the amount of food, which is really what was important. It was like enough at a decent price point to feed my family. Good to go. And there's stuff left over that I can double this up for a lunch or something for the kids. Even better. Will I consider getting booze again? Absolutely not.
Not from Lazy Dog, at least.
Not from Lazy Dog.
No, I don't blame you. That's kind of screwed up.
And they'll hear my feedback because I think that's important. It's like
absolutely.
If you at least told me on the thing that the cocktail is $10 for 7 ounces, I would have known that
maybe I didn't want to order that.
Yeah, Venus would just have me make something for her, and we'd be, make me a painkiller. That's not worth $10. And I'd be like, okay, and it would get done. If it was $5 for 7 ounces, I'd be like, dude, we're gonna get tons of food. Get 4 of those. Yeah. That's a deal. I'd be like, that's money. Crank it. So it would be. I feel like at least post. How much I'm gonna get. If it's $10 for a cocktail, it's like, well then I'm under the expectation, having been there in person, of the highball, or not highball, but the tall glass, of sangria. I'm gonna get,
but you kind of wonder: is everybody getting that? Is everybody getting the same thing, or did some guy just not know what he was doing? Is it just, did you just get the shaft? Like you're the one guy out of the other people, and I don't know. I don't know. It seems kind of.
You hope, but I think the feedback is important.
Yeah,
like, that way, I'm not one to be like, you fucked up. I feel like I did. I'll be like, hey, by the way, I would phrase it just like this. But
yeah.
I think that's important because some of these businesses have to be taking in constructive feedback. This has to be like learning experiences as far as profitability, marketability, business model changes and updates when we come out of this in the long run. You know, there's got to be business constructive stuff that they can change going forward to help all businesses across the board.
Well, Chili's already does a pretty good takeout business.
Yeah.
And man, they knew what they were doing.
Did you pay online too, or did you pay when you got there?
So if you want to order margaritas, you got to pay. They don't let you order that on the website. But
okay.
We paid for the meal and everything was done through the website.
Mm-hmm. So did you get there and say you wanted the margaritas?
Yeah. So we called them and made sure it's like, you say you have margaritas, but we can't add them to the thing, and like, just order them when you get here. So we got there a little bit early. Amazingly, the food came out pretty quick, and we were waiting on the margaritas. That was one of the only negatives. But the food came out pretty quick. That was the positive.
Yeah.
And they have like all the parking spots out in front of Chili's have a chair with a number, so they know exactly what car you are. And they're super friendly, smiles on their faces. It's fucking raining outside.
Oh, so you didn't have to go in.
No.
Someone came to your chair.
Yeah.
And then you said,
they came to the
5
car.
margaritas, motherfucker.
Yeah, they came to the car and were like, 4, make it 5. So then we just ordered 5 margaritas, and it's like, then I threw another tip on top of that. And they were hustling,
Good.
man.
That's awesome.
Cars were coming in and out, it's like, damn. Very impressed.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good experience.
I would give that another coronavirus debacle win.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there are some businesses that are knocking it out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much longer we've got to go, but there are some businesses that have certainly made it easier.
Nobody knows.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not now.
Not quite. Yeah.
Someday.
And then we've got the masks thing, too. So,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have adjusted to the masks and whatnot.
That's a tough... wearing them is just... It's... I'm over the, look or whatever, but it's very stifling on the face. It's, it's hot. My face is, sweating around the mask. It's like you're sucking air through it, so you feel like you're breathing real heavy all the time.
Yeah.
It's like... No, you're not that hot. I'm just can't breathe through this goddamn mask,
I'm not going to put you in the van, but...
Not today, anyway.
You know what? It's a Safeway. Are they out of paper towel or paper plates?
They're out of paper everything.
Paper napkins?
Yeah. They would sell the boxes around the fucking macaroni and cheese if they could sell it as toilet paper.
Here's what's perplexing to me.
Oh, no.
So when I look down our Rayleigh's aisle, all the paper products are gone.
Yes.
Now, I'm a country boy. I am used to, and I'm most familiar with, eating all my meals on paper plates.
Yeah.
That's just how it was done when I was a kid. It's translated to as an adult.
Yeah.
I don't really like dishes.
Yeah.
I've washed dishes professionally. I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I can't seem to get my kids to want to do it. So we eat on paper plates. It's just habit.
Yeah, we do a lot.
I am confused
All right.
as to why paper plates and napkins are part of the things that are completely vacated and voided from the stores. It's like, what are you doing? Everyone's got plates.
I assume that people are buying napkins because they're wiping their ass with them.
Right.
I don't know, because I haven't seen a napkin in a store in probably 2.5 or 3 weeks.
Right. But it's not even just like the paper plates. Like the plastic utensils and shit are all gone.
Probably because nobody has any silverware. Everyone's eating out all the time. And they're like,
how does everyone not
eating
have
in."
silverware?
Dude,
I'm like,
I don't know.
What the fuck are people doing with all the paper plates?
I have 2 sets of silverware, and I'm so happy I do, because we have so much. So we had one set for a long time. We would run out of shit. Like the dishwasher would get partially loaded, and then all the spoons would be gone. It's like, well, we got to run this. It's not full. We just got to run it so we have spoons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I bought a whole nother set of silverware. We have 2 sets of silverware now in the drawer. And I'm so happy we did, because we have been washing so many dishes at my house that we can have the tray thing in the dishwasher full of silverware and still have silverware in the drawer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Your cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the napkins, it's like I look every time I go into any
There's no
store.
napkins.
There's never any goddamn napkins. It's like,
Can you imagine the
What is-
person that's like, there's no toilet paper, and how regal they must feel about wiping their ass with some sort of silken napkin, paper napkin? They're like,
well, I don't.
yes, Reggie,
They might.
this
I think-
is real life.
I don't think a napkin. I mean,
It's not going to be as
It's
absorbent.
not gonna
It's going
feel
to
as
just
good.
slide shit around, literally, all over the place.
I'm thinking about. I have a bidet in the garage that I never installed. I'm thinking about just installing that. I mean, we have toilet paper,
Yeah.
but I mean, I just don't. I mean, I found there's paper
Like
plates aplenty. I've found those. Walmart has them.
Really?
Yeah, I've been able to get paper
I
plates
don't
without any
understand
problem.
why the aisle is totally...
But fucking napkins, I haven't seen them in 2.5 weeks.
And tissues. And I can see...
or
like,
Clorox wipes. That's the other
well,
one.
I could see the
yeah,
white.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
But napkins?
Yeah. I think people are like, there's no toilet paper here? I'm shredding some of these napkins and making the ass tickets.
So I have a list of like several items that I look for every time because we're starting to get low on Clorox wipes,
Yeah.
and it's like, and toilet and napkins. So it's like I look every time. There's never any. There's
How
never.
bizarre.
It's so strange. I don't know. I don't get it, man.
Yeah. We're at time.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Well, all right. Now I'm sad.
What do you have to look forward to?
Working.
Good
at home.
health so far?
Well, yeah, we're all healthy. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's.
The kids are still on spring break. We're getting our grips on that still.
Melanie has finished spring break and she's back at writing, doing school stuff now.
Yeah. How is her rent stuff shaking out?
Oh, she has to pay rent.
Still does.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, they have a lease.
Oh. Womp womp.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
So I don't know how it works for kids on campus, but she's not in the dorms.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it this afternoon. She's like, well, I still have to pay my rent. And, you know, she's waiting for like checks to come in for student loan
And
stuff.
you're like,
and
did you see all those dishes in the dishwasher?
maybe you can.
Yeah. You want to earn some money? You can wash all these. I mean,
That's not even a money earning thing. That's just like you just need to fucking
sometimes
help
you just
out.
need motivation. We had that talk last night. We were going to put something. Venus was telling one of the kids, I think it was Xander, to put something in the dishwasher. I'm like, all of you fuckers have all of the time in the world. Wash the dish, let it dry, put it
Yeah.
away. There's no reason we need to be putting stuff in the dishwasher.
Oh.
Wash the dish.
Oh, well, we're loading it up and just running a big load every night.
I am
Anti-
hardcore dad.
Don't.
I'm like, hey, all
Just
you
wash it.
fuckers got all the time in the world right
Oh.
now.
I gotcha.
You're
Now,
on spring break. You can wash the dishes.
I would be happy if everyone helped out as far as loading and unloading the dishwasher.
Yeah, that too.
because What the fuck?
Yeah.
There's no reason why one person or two people in the house should have to do any more of that than anyone else.
Mom and Dad cook the dinner. You can wash the fucking dishes.
Yeah.
That's
where I'm at.
Yeah. And now I can semi-trust that none of you are going to cut yourselves on the knives. And that's probably best that I don't ask your mom to use the knives. So,
Well, if I'm worried about that with my 19 and 22-year-old, then we got other problems.
well, you know, I have to worry about knives with my wife. And
Oh,
she's something years old.
She's 29.
Yeah, slightly higher than 29-ish, like 29 in 2 days.
Yeah, like 29.
And knives still scare me around her.
Oh yeah, my wife. She uses a steak knife to cut everything. So
That's probably safe.
I don't know.
No?
Well, here's the
I
deal.
get nervous when Venus picks up a fucking potato peeler.
No, well, that's true. But here's the thing, right? The thing about a knife to me is if you have a good sharp knife, you're not having to work it and fucking. It's just going to do what it should
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
But if you're using a steak knife, which isn't meant for that,
You're
you're
gonna
going to
eat a
struggle
knuckle.
and you're going to end up ripping into your finger. Just saying.
Yeah.
That's just how I look at it.
Yeah.
So, all right. We can leave it at that.
We
for
can,
now.
yeah. Well, my wife, when she gets through the episode, I'm going to get heat anyway, so it's probably best we stop here.
I mean, at least you're not talking about the sour cream.
Yeah. Fuck. Hashtag sorry, wife. Sorry I ruined
There
your
you
secret
go.
recipe ingredient.
Your public apology.
Yeah. Turns out I boned that one.
That's all right. It
Yeah.
happens.
But Jim sent me a recipe he found on the internet anyway, so it's all Jim's fault. Anyway, thanks for joining. We appreciated you. Please click like and subscribe and give us a thumbs up and comment and rate. All right. Thank you.
Thanks for listening.
All right. Bye.
Bye.